There is no unbalanced research in this game, Mordred, so who cares? Yeah, but I fall behind in that category. And being a trader, I need social tech. Because a lot of the trade stuff is in that category. Select your planet next to your pop. Ah, here. Maximum districts 13, from planet size plus 20, from planetary features minus 7. Free district slots 13. And then blocked by blockers 6. Equals 19.
Market outlier identified.
Where did I have the unemployment? In fact, both of these have an unemployment now. Right, we have minerals. I'm a little bit reluctant to build generator districts because I'm going to be making a lot of money through trade. So I think I'm going to build an I'm going to build a mining district here. Because we are going to need mining. So Mike could become a mining location. Hang on. Yes, it did change. Okay, so that is how it works. Cool.
A system has
So this is just the maximum number, so I don't want to be building these generator districts if I can help it, because then I can get just a higher overall population, which I can then have working in factories and stuff. Okay, cool. Yucht Colony. The ruins of several dozen Yucht arcologies could be found in the southern hemisphere of Hythara 3, indicating that this planet was one of their major colonies. Inside one of the crumbling buildings, our ground team discovered the remains of what appears to be a museum exhibiting famous alien frauds. There are various artifacts collected by the Yucht from throughout their empire, claimed to prove the existence of sapient alien life. In each case, the museum has debunked the artifacts as frauds.
Situation log revised.
And this science ship has stopped sciencing. You should never stop sciencing. Always continue sciencing. Another trinary system. And you have got more than enough resources to expand. And in fact, we've just... No, we haven't. This needs a science ship. Hang on, museum ruins. Hold your horses. Go, do that, and then do that.
Research actualized.
Research. Pitiful creatures, know that we roamed the stars for eons before your hapless species mastered spaceflight. If any of your wretched little ships cross into our space, do not expect them to return. Really? Marauders on one side and a fucking fallen empire on the other? We wish nothing but to be friends. Where are they? Over there. Alright, they're still a ways away. And is that actually a fallen empire? I mean, they said they've been going on for eons. And they only have the one thing and they're fanatic xenophobes. Yep, that's definitely a fallen empire. Overwhelming, overwhelming, overwhelming. Well, at least I've got some research. Pop growth, yes please. Don't care what the other options are. The news that we've encountered intelligent life for the first time is spreading like wildfire throughout the MordCorp. Our citizens are fascinated by these beings, and the media is full of reports and speculation on their culture and society. The revelation that we are not alone in the galaxy has largely been greeted with celebration on Kelderland. The empire these aliens have founded appears to be very old, and their level of technology is far ahead of our own. There's no doubt a great deal they could teach us. Their wisdom must be great. So far, our interactions with alien life has been a band of pirates who wanted nothing more than to kill us, a super advanced civilization that really wants us dead, and a group of roaming caravanners who were really good friends and then stole from us. How are we still fanatic xenophiles in a galaxy like this? And I guess marauders don't count as intelligent life. Apparently not. I was thinking that as I was reading it. Neither did the caravanners. Sell them a TV. The Viking Holdings Inc. definitely would have. Yeah, I've had terrible, terrible galaxy draws. I think the previous one is probably worse, because neither of these expand, which is actually a good thing for me, because I can now become huge. I'm going to be not very limited in terms of growth potential, but I'm also going to be very limited in terms of decent neighbours. It also means that this path to my nation is entirely secure. Oh! Oh! This whole branch is secure. Because this is the only way in. There's no connection down here. So the only way that aliens can get to me is through this. Huh. Well, we need to go and explore this way then. Because suddenly, these two systems have become mission critical. It would be a hell of a lot faster to go that way. I need to build a bigger fleet. So I can go and kill them. Don't get close to the isolationists. Yeah, I have no intention to. They're blocking everything off over on that side, which is fine. At least you know what it will feel like once the humans reach the stars and start interstellar travel, yeah. Have you been playing with Ben Magnus lately? It's much more his way of rolling zeros on a D20. Well, I certainly seem to have the potential to do that myself. I mean, it's always been a joke amongst my friends that I have the worst luck. You're missing massive monopoly rights in those systems. Oh, don't tempt me. And now we're going to find a devouring swarm over on that side. Or machines, in which case I can't build branch offices either. But at least I have the internal trade, which I didn't really have with the Crime Syndicate. Not in the same way, anyway.
Upscaling complete.
Alright, so Mike Prime is building stuff. And Ross Prime sounds like it's just going to be a huge, huge industrial hub. Yeah, it's got a lot of generators, but honestly, this I think is just going to be a population center. I'm going to build lots and lots of city districts. And it's going to be fed by Jessica Prime, which is going to be a rural hub. Although, actually, you have an awful lot more potential for agriculture than Jessica does. That's fine, just means that we need to get really good at producing food. Easy solution. Right, what are we doing? Overcrowding, you need more housing. Which means more housing, more agriculture districts for the housing. And also more jobs for the farmers. I mean, you're going to need a city district or two. Because you can get up to 7. Yeah, you can afford a city district. You can get
Special
10.
project actualized.
You can only get 7. Elections for a chairman coming up. Most of the artifacts exhibited by the Yucht Museums of Hyrotha 3 are missing, but our archaeologists managed to recover one of those supposed frauds. It seems to be an instrument used for measuring cosmic radiation, but the archaeologists confirmed that it predates the Yucht by several million years, contrary to the opinion of the Yucht Museum. This would indeed seem to be authentic alien artifact. Okay, so as we discovered before, having Mordred in charge is basically a free leader. And we would need to replace whichever of these three got elected. Which is basically cost in influence versus cost in credits. Mordred is good for the happiness and the mining station cost reduction, although we haven't been building many of those. I'd love to press this button, but I don't think that I can really do it, considering we know we have shortages in influence, not necessarily in credits. GN Fighter is the new new Stadtholder. So I need to get a new scientist. Plus 10% research speed though. Hello. And you're a level 4, which is good. Edicts last 20% longer, monthly unity plus 12%. And leaders cost less and cost less upkeep. Okay, so we need to hire a new scientist to go on the ship that just lost it, which would be you. So we can get an anomaly discovery chance guy, or an upkeep cost. Well, I'm going to go with the anomaly discovery. And you are indeed discovering all of that stuff. In fact, with anomaly discovery, you should really be doing the internals. And then you should be doing the straight up exploration. Although you have the anomaly research speed, so you find them, you crack them. Do I want a third science ship? I think I want a third science ship. I need a science ship that actually just goes out and explores. I need a Jean-Luc Picard to boldly go where no man has gone before. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, Heldeland, build me another science ship. And we are also going to need to rename you. What was that? Hey, Katie, sorry if you answered this. My Twitch has been done, but what is my favourite Peter F. Hamill book series you said you liked? Night's Dawn Trilogy. Spelt night as in nighttime. Highly recommend them, they're really good. Okay, so I want to rename you, first of all. And you are henceforth to be known as Fred. And then I want another scientist who is going to be on the ship searching for new places. That will do. And you, oh, I love there not being a leader cap anymore. This is amazing. Are going to be Musian. Such a positive change. Alright. And then construction ship has enough influence and enough alloys to expand. Go ahead and build a starbase over there. Although Bartak has a lot of trade. Let's build one there first. Yeah. What was here again? 900. And then here. Although actually that 900 is the mining drones, which we might be able to deal with through this.
Upscaling complete.
So it kind of looks like Heldeland and Jessica Prime are going to be the Agri territories. Although Heldeland's already got quite a few cities, so you are somewhat good for building factories. And you're also the capital, so I'd kind of like you to have a high population if possible. Is it possible to destroy districts? Yes, it is. So we could always build up agriculture, then demolish the agricultural ones, then put agriculture on the frontiers, and then we build up the central ones with city districts as their populations climb. Because we're going to need the population from the housing. I like it. Alright, get me some more minerals. I'm really liking the economic interplay here. I didn't really feel it so much during the Viking Holdings game, but I think that's because I had a lot less colonies and I didn't really have like all the decisions to make. Also, I just didn't understand the system as well. And this is growing on me. This is definitely growing on me. I almost said whether I like this or not, but I'm going to say that this is growing on me. Don't I mean a business development team? I do. Yes, that's true. Alright, so I guess we need Quark rather than Picard. What the hell, what about Janeway? She was a good explorer too. I've got to admit, I could not stand Voyager. Well, I watched it all, so it's not that I couldn't stand it, but I think that Voyager was the weakest of the Star Trek series. Just didn't enjoy it that much. Deep Space Nine I would rate first. I really like Deep Space Nine. I liked the political overtures on it. Second would be Next Generation. Next Generation was awesome. Then this is where it starts to get difficult. Enterprise was okay. I disliked the original series. I would say the original series was my least favourite, then probably Voyager, then probably Enterprise. So it goes Deep Space Nine, Next Generation, Enterprise, Voyager, original series. Should your name ever come into this, or to be a wormhole station since I derived from that weird Australian sci-fi show, I will try to bear that in mind. You'll need to remind me if and when we get a wormhole station, Scapper. Agrarian Idyll has some nice new mechanics where people can live on farms. Yes! That's one of the civics that the regular nations can get, and it does look pretty cool. Reminds me, did I ever play Birth of Federation? No. I actually liked Enterprise. It was getting good when they cancelled it. I agree with you there, Sparrowhawk. That is very, very true. Original series is the real Star Trek. Sure, it was pioneering. Sure, it was groundbreaking, but that does not necessarily make it good compared to the modern ones. Again, I'm not saying it's a bad series. I did watch the whole thing, but I'm saying it's my least favourite of the 5. Oh, and there's the newest one, whose name I've already forgotten. Discovery. Where would I rate Discovery? Probably Voyager would beat Discovery. So Discovery would be 5th, and then original series would be 6th. Although I quite like the twist at the end. That was a good twist. No, I think I would actually rate... Discovery and Voyager are about on par. We've gotten a report from the science officer, Arakor Varich, that it seems like a ceramic container is circling the star Hythora. Most peculiar. Should obviously not be there, and yet somehow it's managed to find its way into a close orbit. Special project can be issued to investigate the container and try to deduce how it ended up there. A conundrum worth discovering. Is that an in-system discovery that requires a person in place? Yes. Right, so the new science ship has been built. We're going to put Muzian on board, and we're going to send you off to survey these. And then you are not going to survey those because you, pause, are an anomaly detection chance, are going to do this area because nobody else can move here. And you are going to do the interior areas. Also, there's a random star not connected to anything there. Oh no, it looks like it's connected to this. I just couldn't quite see that far. Did I ever build a pub on you? No, I was going to build guns on Sargus, wasn't I? Ah, yeah, defences. Platforms are what these things build, so this is definitely the Sargas platform. Just slightly more expensive than the regular ones, which surprises me because I did downgrade the power supply on that. And do I want to start moving people around? No, we really need to build up the districts. I need to make a decision about what we do. Also, we need a governor for that sector. Cost and upkeep, crime reduction, or research. Hold on. You produce quite a lot of research. So do you. See, I'm starting to lean more and more towards Ross Prime being the agricultural colony because it's just so big. Then Jessica and Kelderland can just be the high population centre. It's probably where the research is going to come from. Maybe some of the industry. Again, we can switch things around later. So, okay, Ross Prime. We're going to build agriculture. Generally, having high agriculture is going to be beneficial for us because we're going to be able to boost growth in more places. So we're just going to build a bunch of agriculture. That's fine. Then that leader, we may need to undo that. Is a tech leader, and Lionhearted is a district cost leader. So I'm going to cancel those. We're going to bring in Lionhearted, and then the other dude who we're about to hire is going to be the tech one, who is going to be responsible for those territories, because that's where my technology generation is, and that's what they're switching to. Cool. This is going to be Smilla. Okay. Onwards. Onwards, onwards, onwards. There's definitely a lot more thinking to do about the internal economies. I appreciate that. That's good. It's good. And Ross Prime has quite a lot of unemployment, so you definitely need... Right. I never started building the districts. And then once the districts are in place, we can start off exporting the workers from the other places. Encounter in Zarim. We've encountered some form of alien vessels in the Zarim system. These strange objects have been flagged as Theta aliens. Hopefully we can escape. We did. And we will need to start checking those out. Okay. NG credits are getting a little low. So what's costing me the most? Everything is relatively equal. I mean, leaders' costs are definitely starting to rank up, but I think it's worth it. Research stations are done. Survey speed would be nice. Survey speed would be really nice. Let's get survey speed. Especially as we're still pretty early on here. And this survey ship has finished. No, you haven't. You just need to find another way around. Actually, go there, 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 there. And we were also going to try and build up the war fleet, which I still think needs to be done. So in Gelderland we have the orbital crew quarters, which reduces ship upkeep by 25%. Trying to think how much suppression I should be sending around, or should I just build a second fleet and then merge them together when I need them to kill something? Because we do need to kill the aliens in both of these places so I can actually expand outwards. It'll be a lot quicker to get outposts out to here to block that off. In fact, to block these two off. Then it would be to go all the way around, which is what I was kind of thinking of doing. So we do need to upgrade the military potential, like now. And this is a pretty short route, so you don't necessarily need all of that. We're just going to start building a second fleet, and we'll merge them together when we go to fight. Shipyard. More Snekias. That's what, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's our force limit.
Upscaling complete.
New tradition. This is going to finish off expansion, which will allow my non-habitat planets to build an additional district, so all of their growth, all of their sizes has gone up by 1. And we also reduced the upkeep, which was going to increase our other income. Also gives us an ascension perk, so we can get Interstellar Dominion, which is star-based influence cost, claim influence cost reduction, plus 10 research speed, which is just always such a strong choice. Unity goes up, governing ethics, attraction goes up. Clear blocker cost minus 33, and also a new decision, which is a permanent increase to the maximum number of districts a planet can support by 2. Can only be performed once on every planet. I do like the sound of that, but that's probably going to be a later on thing. Edict duration plus 50%, leader cap plus 2. I also like my leaders being good, but I think transcendent learning is better if you have longer lived leaders who can actually afford to get up to those higher levels and then not die. And then branch office cost reduction. Commercial packs no longer cost influence to maintain. I'm sure that would be lovely if I had any commercial packs with anyone. Let's get technological ascendancy. And wow, we are really short on consumer goods. We could very much do with building some more. You are still low on housing. I think it's time for you to get a city district. Need 100 minerals. We're also running low on minerals. Could potentially do with a mining district. In fact, no, we're just going to concentrate the mining districts on Gelderland. Let's get the housing first. Especially as I want to keep exporting population from both of these planets, in fact. Space amoebas. The entities encountered by our fleet some time ago are new, wondrous forms of spaceborne life. Quickly nicknamed Space Amoeba following an analyst's gross misunderstanding of an initial sensor output, the creature is in fact larger than the average MordCorp Corvette. We should leave it be and remotely modify the creature and its kin from Gelderland. Fascinating creatures. Go ahead and study them.